Y'all, y'all ready for this? Yeah. Yeah. Hey everyone, welcome to Rev Trev NFL, and today I'm diving into the series I've been doing on my top 10 dynasty rankings. Rookie quarterbacks is today's topic. This is fantasy football strategy. If you want to compete and contend and win fantasy football championships, listen guys, I have 5 championships in my most important league. I'm not telling you advice that doesn't work. I mean, everyone can guess. It's all educated guessing anyways, but be prepared because you want to win the champ. I've got so many rings. They can't even fit on this one doesn't fit on my thumb very well. So now I'm on my second hand. Like that's what, man, I'm not sitting here bragging because I was like, I'm the best of all time. Well, I am in my league, just saying. But what I'm saying is that if you want to just listen to some advice that's going to help you to compete and contend. And if you can contend in your league, you got a good chance at winning a championships. So I've already done a video on my top 10 wide receiver rankings. I also did a top 10 running backs one that I just finished doing a little while ago. Check it out on my channel, YouTube, on Facebook. You can find them there. Actually, I think the Facebook starts deleting the lives after a while anyways. So here we are, okay? Here we are. We're going to dive into this, and we're going to go a little in depth on some of it. And the quarterbacks one is very difficult to figure out because it all comes down to opportunity. It all comes down to who's going to be the starter, who's going to be the backup, who's going to be the third string. So my list might look a little bit different or a little bit the same as some other people, but I think it's going to look a lot different than a lot of people's, and I'll tell you why. And I'm going to dive into it. But I also, the other thing that I do that nobody else does is when they rank their guys. Oh, I have top 10. By the way, my bad. It's my top 7 because I forgot to change that in the video because at the end of the day, it's really hard. Those last 3 could be anyone, and we'll quickly talk about them, but they're difficult to talk about. So I don't want to sit here and pretend like I know what I'm doing when it comes to after 7. I'm just like, it's a crapshoot, and you don't know what you're going to get. So I'm so glad you're here. If you haven't hit the like or subscribe yet, please do. And I'm going to show you my whole list, all 7 right now, and we're going to go through it. I know everyone else waits and goes like all the way through, starts at 1 all the way down, but not me. I do it differently. So I hope you appreciate that. Hit that like and subscribe if you like that kind of content, because I love making passionate, realistic, and honest fantasy football and NFL content. Okay, so I just realized that I didn't make it as a transparent, so I'm going to do this on the fly. But I'm going to talk about the number 1, and it's just a no-brainer, absolute no-brainer when it comes to this team and what's going on. It doesn't make any sense to pick anyone other than Cam Ward as your number 1 quarterback. I'll bring it up in just a second. I'm just making the graphic here so that we can get it going. I realized I made a mistake. My apologies. That makes me kind of look bad there. So I'm sorry about that, but it is what it is. Okay, so Cam Ward is one of those guys that, in my opinion, is just, it's amazing how high people are taking Cam Ward. And why are they taking him that high? Because really, when you think about it, Cam is Cam the most elite quarterback in that class? It's possible, but it's also one of those things where he went number 1 overall. He landed in a great landing spot. So here it is right here. Okay, so we'll just bring my body a little over here. So Cam Ward is my number 1 guy for a number of reasons, and let me just share with you why I have him as my number 1. I know everyone has them as their number 1, but so he's a 6'2", 219-pound quarterback, but people have been saying that he's an elite level passer. Now, his comp is Jaden Daniels or Jordan Love. Now, that might not, I mean, maybe that'll get you like really excited. Others might be make you a little nervous. These rookie quarterbacks are hard to predict. But think about that for a moment. Is he going to be Jaden Daniels or Jordan Love? You know that after the first year, Jordan Love was considered a great prospect and fantasy quarterback. And then they went and got Josh Jacobs, and his production went down. If they didn't have that great running game, I'm telling you right now, Jordan Love would have had another monster year of fantasy stats. But Jaden Daniels, fantastic. Now, he doesn't have the foot speed of Jaden Daniels, but a lot of people say his throwing style, the way he plays is like that. I think there's a lot of upside. I've seen Cam Ward go, and a lot of times, go as high as 4. Some leagues, I saw one league, I wasn't in this league, but someone took him at 2. I couldn't believe it. But if you're in a super flex league or a 2-quarterback league and you're doing a rookie draft, of course you're going to be drafting him way higher than you anticipate, right? So he's going to go high in those ones, but I didn't get him in any of those leagues because I'm not going to take him in my top 5 picks for the rookies. But when it came to quarterbacks, Cam Ward is the guy I wanted. Now, ESPN said that he's an escape artist with the foot speed and strength to extend plays. Maybe that's why the Jordan Love and Jaden Daniels comparison. Ward, it says he is patient and forces coverage to uphold for long periods. He excels at throwing over the middle and to his right while rolling out to his left. I mean, that's just skill right there. He still presses at times, but his decision-making has improved over the past 3 seasons, and he threw 39 touchdowns and only 7 interceptions in 2024. If you have someone higher than Cam Ward in your list, honestly, I would be shocked. So to me, it's the no-brainer. He's going to be the first guy in every fantasy league for sure, unless you are in a league full of people who are New York Giant fans. Okay, that brings me to our next pick, and that is Jackson Dart. Okay, so he landed with the New York Giants. Great landing spot. Honestly, that's why he's number 2 on my board. 6'2", 223 pounds. His comp is Bo Nixon, and we saw what Bo Nixon could do last year. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic rookie season. And if you could draft a guy and say, I just drafted Bo Nix. So did I say Bo Nixon? I meant Bo Nix. Bo Nix out of Denver. And so ESPN says that he anticipates well and gets the ball out as receivers are making their breaks. That's huge. He stands in and takes hits to make big plays, and Dart extends plays, keeps his eyes downfield as he climbs the pocket and completes off-platform throws. Now, here's the other thing that you don't know, a lot of people don't know, is Dart for Ole Miss, 1,500 yards and 12 touchdowns in 3 seasons at Ole Miss. That's crazy. That's fantasy value right there. His quickness, toughness, and ability to make defenders miss allow him to be an effective scrambler or threat on design quarterback runs. You got to remember that Trey Henderson was one of his wide receivers, that now his main target will be Neighbors. I mean, Neighbors is going nuts on fantasy boards right now in redraft leagues. He's going very high. He's an ultra-talented quarterback. Now, it is a little bit crowded there. There is Russell Wilson there, but I'm telling you, they didn't go and draft Jackson Dart for no reason I believe that he will be starting sometime this year. He is the guy that I think is going to be clearly my number 2. These are him and Ward are the guys that I'm targeting in rookie drafts. The rest of them are all, in my opinion, have a little bit more of a flyer feel, but except for number 3. So Tyler Sherwood is from the New Orleans Saints quarterback. Listen, 6'5", 225 pounds. He started as a backup in Oregon to Justin Herbert. Yes, you heard that right. And then played 3 seasons for Texas Tech, where he struggled with injuries. And then in his final year, he was with Louisville, and his comp is Joe Flacco. Now, when you say that, you're like, hard pass. Joe Flacco had some fantasy value, especially on a 2-quarterback league, super flex league. I'm telling you right now, some people even started Joe Flacco last year and the year before that. So he stands in, according to ESPN, he stands in and makes plays in the face of pressure. He protects the ball well and keeps his eyes downfield as he climbs the pocket. He extends plays. So he is a guy that you want to see and look at and work with, because he is fantastic. He is fantastic. So so he's got an opportunity, everyone, to be a starter this season. So if you're in a rookie draft, this is the kind of guy that you want as a thing. He has the prototypical frame of the 6'5", 225 for an NFL quarterback, and he has made some impressive throws. And so that's why he got drafted so high on people's boards. So Derek Carr's no longer there. Who is going to be the starting quarterback? I think there is some promise with him. So that is where, for me, those are the 3 sure picks. After that, it turns into a big ball of mess. Now, as you see in my number 4, and this is what might make you really upset, okay? This might make you really upset, but I've got Shooter Sanders, Deion's son. I've got him there. And so everyone else has Dillon Gabriel there with that pick. I'm not sure I'm going to believe in Dillon Gabriel. I believe, guys, that Sanders is going. He got what do you call it? Faded. He was the talk of the draft. Kept dropping, like ridiculously dropping. I heard he had very bad interviews. I heard that Deion Sanders said there's some teams I don't want my son to go to, and made the implication that Cleveland was one of those teams. Okay, so I get he's a hot mess, but I'm just telling you, for talent and upside, it's at this stage, it's round 3 or 4 in your rookie drafts. It's worth a shot to take him and stash him on your taxi squad. There's nothing wrong with doing that and just seeing how it plays. If you drop him, fine. At the end of the year, like, he didn't pan out, cool. But I think that he is an amazing talent. I shouldn't say an amazing. I think he's a talent that could produce. And so want to talk to you. I've seen people say his comp is Jared Goff. What? But it's complicated in Cleveland because they drafted 2 quarterbacks in Gabriel and Sanders, who both fit the mold and can compete. Okay, they're both going to do that. And maybe you're saying, Trev, I don't like Sanders. I don't want to risk him. Go pick Gabriel there. There's nothing wrong with that. Go for it. It's your team, right? But think about taking 2 quarterbacks the Browns did, but Sanders' upside is worth a shot, in my opinion. And especially because not only did they take 2 quarterbacks with Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett and the injured Deshaun Watson, I'm saying there's a possibility that Sanders could be a starter this season. I know it sounds crazy, but you're looking for a league winner, and this guy might end up being a league winner for you. Here's a take on him that maybe you haven't heard yet, but ESPN would say Sanders is physically and mentally tough, takes big hits to make plays, and can elevate his game in critical situations. The only thing is he held on to the ball too long and tried to make too much happen in 2024, but he also was able to pick defenses apart with short to intermediate passes over the course of his career. So I know he's a risk. But if you don't want to take the risk on Sanders, go with the Oregon Duck star Dylan Gabriel, and I'm sure you'll be happy with that. But remember, it's your team. Do the research and go with your gut. Okay. Now, number 5 is Pittsburgh Steelers, and he had tons of value until this week, till Aaron Rodgers game. But Will Howard for the Pittsburgh Steelers, 6'4", 236 pounds. And I'm not going to lie, the Aaron Rodgers addition just killed Howard's value. He's a taxi squad guy at best now. But if Rodgers goes down with injury, and we've seen it in the past, it's Mason Rudolph, then Howard. And Howard is a winner. He is the Ohio State stud, everyone. After leading Kansas State to a Big Ten title in 2022, Howard continued to ascend at Ohio State with a national championship this past season. So, yes, he's a streaky passer coming off an excellent playoff run, but he hit receivers in stride and then throwing them open as well. So, ESPN's high on Will Howard, and he's also quick enough to scramble for a first down if necessary. Howard was used on design quarterback runs in college too. So I like his upside. I don't like that Aaron Rodgers went there, but what I'm saying is how long? Aaron Rodgers has a 1-year contract. That's it. So if he goes down with injury, Will Howard might be your guy. I mean, think about it. They got weapons there, right? So he's got something to work with. Where Sanders, maybe I should have had Howard above. Probably should have had Howard above Sanders, but I just think league winning upside, it could be Will Howard, especially in Superflex leagues. And you can get him for dirt cheap, so that's something to consider. Okay, number 6 on the list is Jalen Monroe. So many people have him high. Now I got a trade offer here. I'm gonna answer that in just a second. Let me finish this off, and I'm gonna totally answer that awesome trade question. Okay, Jalen Monroe of the Seattle Seahawks. Now, here's the thing: getting Sam Darnold there kills his value. Now you're saying, well, what about the Aaron? You just said that about Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Sam Darnold is going to get every opportunity to be successful. He is a veteran quarterback now. And so Jalen Monroe, the thing is, not only is he in a bad situation, his skill set is not like, I don't think he's even going to be as good as Justin Fields. Okay? I think Justin Fields can throw decently and has a great running. I think Jalen Monroe is mostly a running quarterback. Literally, ESPN says that Monroe is still an inconsistent passer with 39 touchdowns and 17 interceptions in 2 seasons. So that's not good news, everyone. And his 2024 season was underwhelming, but he still showed that he can be dangerous as a runner on tape. His burst and vision make design quarterback runs difficult to defend, and he's really good in the red zone and short yardage situations. That's why they went and got him. They didn't get him to throw for 4,000 yards and 35 touchdowns. It's just a fact. I live in Seahawk country. Listen, even as a Packer fan, I love making football content, fantasy football content, but there's where we're at. I just don't believe that Jalen Monroe is going to light up your league. Number 7, the last one I have on the list, even though I said it's the top 10, that's hilarious. I've done top 10 for all the other ones. I guess I just forgot to change it. Number 7, Riley Leonard for the Indianapolis Colts. Okay. Riley Leonard is from Notre Dame. I understand all these are at this stage are all flyers. Look at the path Leonard has. Anthony Richardson, who has struggled with injuries, and who, right? I'm thinking Leonard might have a shot to start to at least show what he can do earlier than later. Maybe he can start this year, maybe not. I'm not sure. So, but he's got upside, and so that's why he's my number 7. There's a whole bunch of guys that I've left off this list, and not to be rude to them or anything like that, but this is my top 7 list. I would love for you to share what are yours. Post them in the comments, everyone, and we're going to dive into all that. I'll totally read all your comments on that. I appreciate you being here. Okay, I want to dive into the questions and just get into that. Okay. So Go Pack Go all days here says if Jordan Love wasn't hurt, then there would have been more throwing. I agree. He was struggling with injury. We talked about that. So he might have a better throwing game this season. I hope so. Yes, thank you for helping me. That was Bo Nix, not Bo. I put Bo Nixon. I think it's because of Nixon from the Packers. So, okay, Easy B has a trade offer, okay? Trade offer. Dynasty Superflex 12-man league. I was offered Jalen Hurts for Mahomes or Brian Robinson. Thoughts? I would take Jalen Hurts. It says Mahomes or Brian Robinson. This is it. Mahomes and Brian Robinson. I would keep Hurts. With his rushing ability, with who he has to throw to, I think Hurts is the guy you want there, and I don't think it's really close. It's an okay trade offer, but I would keep. I was offered Hurts for Mahomes and Brian Robinson. If it's Bijan Robinson, it's no thank you. If it's sorry, I was offered Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, I would take if it was Brian Robinson and Mahomes. Take it. If it's Bijan Robinson, hit the reject button. But that's my thoughts for there. All right, Easy B. I hope that helps you. That's a crazy trade. It's a big trade. It's a little bit of a blockbuster, in my opinion. So as you can see, this is my top 7. Considering top, I got Gabriel and Sanders there. I think the first 3 are the most safe, and then it's a bit of a crapshoot after that. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Hope you have a fantastic day, and of course, always. Go compete, contend, and win fantasy football championships. Have a great night. Peace out.
Y'all ready for this?